Hey ladies, it's about that time of the year again. We're literally, New Year's is literally around the corner, and we have about 2 months left before the new year. And this is about the time where we start thinking about our New Year's resolutions, setting our goals, creating our vision boards, writing down all of the things we want to accomplish in the year of 2023. And we start, thinking about the habits that we want to create to make sure that we are successful and have a successful year. My name is Misha. Here on this channel, we make videos in regards to self-development, self-awareness, so that we can provide the tools to help you become the best version of yourself. With that being said, this video is titled The Power of the Subconscious Mind, because all too often when we set these goals and a new year come, whether it be you wanted to start a new workout regimen, start eating right, whether you want to stop procrastination, whether you want to start waking up on time in the morning, working out, whatever it may be, it seems like we're good on it, we're motivated for the first couple of months, and then next thing we know, we slowly fall off the bandwagon, and before we know it, when the ending of the year, December comes, we have not completed our goals. It's because we are not aware that the subconscious mind, it runs the show, right? And before I knew this, I used to always set goals, whether it be, to create. For me, I've been on a self-development journey, self-awareness journey for a long time now. And I just could not be consistent. And I will tell you guys, this year has been my most successful year. And it's about to be December, and I look back, even 2021, like, let me be honest with you, I cannot believe that I have been working out on a consistent basis month after month for almost 2 years straight, right? And I just can't believe it. So for me, that's a win. I have a lot of goals that I have, but I wanted to take it one goal at a time so that I can make sure that, this time I am successful. So with that, even with my, everything, just when I look back and reflect on how far I've come, I'm blown away, and I can't believe it. And it's because I understood the power of the subconscious, working with my subconscious, and it has allowed me to get to this point. Before we even talk about the subconscious mind, we want to understand the conscious mind. Your conscious mind is your thinking mind. It's the mind that you use when you're aware. You're just like I'm making this video, I'm talking to you guys, I am aware of the activity that I'm doing. That is your conscious. Your subconscious mind, what I like to think of it is your unconscious mind. You're not aware. But the thing is, because the subconscious houses your emotions, it houses your trauma, your childhood trauma, your belief system, your values. Literally, it's the reason why you do the things that you do. It's what helps drive you. It influences you. And you're not even aware of it, right? You're not even aware the reason why you are so accustomed to eating a certain way is because, you've been eating that way since you were a kid. This is what your family did. This is how your mom cooked, or, you know what I mean? Like, it was the tradition to eat snacks and all of these things. Maybe, your family didn't have the, wasn't having any information in regards to like the proper nutrition. Maybe you were never really exposed to a lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle of like working out, drinking water, all of these things. Like whatever you want to change, about yourself, whatever it is about yourself that you're not liking, that you're just not rocking with anymore, you're trying to change, but you're not being successful. It's because your mind, your subconscious mind, has been programmed to behave in that manner, for you to act that way. And once you start working with your subconscious and understanding how it works and really, really doing the work and start reprogramming your subconscious mind, you're going to be blown away. I got on my self-development journey is because I remember back in 2020, 2013, before I even got pregnant with my son. While I had got married early. I got married at 20, and then we wanted to try for a baby. I've been diagnosed with PCOS since I was 16 years old, and we were trying for 2 years unsuccessfully to get pregnant, and it really sent me into a just a dump, because I just felt like, as a woman, you want to have babies, and PCOS it makes it so much harder to do that. And I just felt like I was never going to be a mom. And when I finally did get pregnant with my son, I ended up getting preeclampsia, and it was just hard. And then when I had my baby, he was premature. He was born at 34 weeks, 4 pounds. I forgot the ounces. 4 pounds. I know it's 4 pounds for surely, probably 4 pounds and 14 or 15 ounces. One of those. And I was just like, why is this happening to me? I was really, really young. Who, 22, 23, who is thinking about, a premature birth? I thought it was going to be glitz and glamour. I was going to have my baby, labor and delivery was going to be wonderful. Not the pain part, but I just had a totally different picture of what I thought labor was going to be. And then for my baby to be premature and having to have the C-section and having him, taken away from me. I had my baby at 9:12. I wasn't able to see my baby until nighttime, at 7 p.m. And I remember walking into the nursery when they finally let me go in there, walking right past him, because I seen this baby in the NICU, but I'm like, that don't even look like it. He looked like a doll, right? He was so tiny. I literally walked right past him, and they're like, that's your baby. And I was just like, what? What? I was so even scared to even hold him, because he was just so small, and that situation was just so traumatizing for me. And then 2 months later, I ended up getting pregnant again, finding out, it was going to be a girl. That was my son. Finding out that this new baby was going to be a girl. And I just was so excited, because I'm like, I got a boy and a girl. I felt like I was on top of the world. I ended up, I couldn't get pregnant for a long time, but then I ended up getting pregnant, twice. So I was just like, wow. And then 34 weeks later, I have a stillbirth. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't even remember. That was 2014. I don't even remember what happened after that. I just remember blacking out, losing my mind, and just going into this deep depression. Oh, I was just wilding out, doing things that I just had no business doing. I don't even know who that person was. I just remember being at this really, really dark place, and it just wasn't cool. And then what happened, how I ended up getting out of it is I ended up getting pregnant 2 years later with my daughter. And I just felt like, okay, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't want to be depressed. PCOS already comes with depression. We battle depression already. You're more susceptible to depression. I think that's the word. You're more susceptible to it. I think that's the word. Already. So I just remember okay, I just want to get healthy and take care of myself and become the best version I am, because it's not fair, not only to myself, to my children, to my husband, to my family. And I just wanted to work on myself. But I would get, only so far before I would always fall back into old habits. And it wasn't until recently, the year 2020, when I came across the subconscious mind and really started researching and understanding and how it plays a role and reason why we're not successful in creating those habits and being consistent and being permanently successful with that is because we're not working with our subconscious mind. So first, before we even start to work with our subconscious mind, and I'm gonna give you about probably 5 tips, and I will, if this is the content you guys like, I'm going to be making more videos deep diving into the subconscious mind, because I'm very passionate about it, because I just can't believe that, where was I at? Why did I not know this? I think about the years I would not have wasted if I would have knew what I was up against, because honestly, you like to play the blame game. It's everybody else's fault, or you being a a prisoner to your current circumstances, and I just really felt like it's just never gonna happen. Like like you have this vision of yourself. Like I literally can see it, like a clear vision of who I'm supposed to be, like, you know, where I'm supposed to be in my life, like all of these things, you can see it, but every time you take 2 steps forward, you're taking 2 steps backwards, and it's so frustrating. And I know that you guys are most likely experiencing the same thing. That's why you're on this channel. That's why you're on this, you know, click the video, because you are looking for help, and I am here to assist you because I understand how hard it is. I understand how stressful it is, and I'm with you. Like, I got your back. Like, I wish that, you know, I had someone, you know, when I was going through what I was going through, I wish I had someone at the time. But thank God for, you know, social media. It serves its purpose. You know, thank God for, you know, books. Thank God for information, because now, you know, once you learn, you're able to apply it, and it's up from there. So the first thing before you even start to work with your subconscious, first of all, you have to first believe that it is possible. Like I said earlier, if you are a prisoner to your current circumstances and you truly don't believe that the subconscious mind is a thing, or you feel like, you know, you can't make any changes, and I don't care what it is. I'm talking about anything that you want to do, like you literally can do it. And I understand that, you know, it's so cliche. We hear this saying so many times, like, and you start to feel like it's not real because you're not making the, you know, the changes that you are setting out to make. But it is real, it's true, and it's powerful. The subconscious mind is powerful. You just have to control it and work with it and get in the driver's seat and stop sitting in the passenger seat. It can happen, but first you have to believe that it is going to happen. You have to. If you don't believe it, you're not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, you're not gonna, if you don't believe it, it's not gonna happen. And I truly do believe that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this is a critical time, right? When you're serious about something, especially when it's pertaining to yourself and you're really trying to work on yourself and get focused, you're gonna have to isolate yourself and take a time where you're just isolated by yourself, working on yourself and being focused. A lot of people that you hang around, you're not going to be able to hang around those people anymore. I'm sorry, because it is a distraction. You have to be very careful of who you're surrounding yourself with. But in the meantime, it would be best to literally cut out everything, because you're going to have so many people have opinions, right? Everybody know what's best for you. Everybody think they know what's best for you, what's best for your life. What do you need to be doing? So you're going to have so many people in your ear, and every time you're trying to change, you're going to have people telling you what to do, what not to do. And you're trying to like understand the subconscious. You're trying to, you know, really deep dive and do the work, because it's not just about reprogramming the subconscious mind. You're doing internal healing. This is healing work. You're self-healing. You know what I mean? And if you need to go see a therapist, sign up for one, please do. Like, I'm not a licensed therapist, so I'm all about therapy. If you need therapy and you really feel like, you know, there's a clinical diagnosis for depression, please sign up for a therapist. Don't just feel like, you know, no, go sign up. I'm not going to give any advice. No, sign up for a therapist. Please go see one. But I also understand that we still have to do the work. We still have to take control of our lives. We still have to get into that driver's seat and do what's best for us, and learn how to, you know, do some self-healing as well. But definitely isolate yourself. For me, it was very easy to do, because first of all, I'm a Virgo, and we're already like, what is it? You know, introverts already. So for me, it wasn't hard at all. But people didn't understand, and everybody, you know, would say things like I'm acting funny, and I'm just like, no, I'm really trying to survive. Like, this is serious. I'm trying to survive. I need this. I need to work on myself. You know, for so many years, I have put everybody before me, like everybody, you know, focus on being a mom, focus on being a wife, focus on this, that, working, all of this stuff, and I did not pour into me. And I feel like that plays a part in women in general of why we end up, you know, going into depression and putting all of this burden on our shoulders and we start having panic attacks. There's so many women that I talk to that have panic attacks because our anxiety, or they're extremely stressed out because they don't know how to let go and allow other people to do for themselves and take a step back and let people live their life so that you can focus on you and live your life. You know what I mean? Like, you have, in order to take care of other people, I'm realizing still having to do my affirmations, because having to realize, like, I can't help you if I can't help myself. Like, I have to be well for me to be a good mom. In order for me to really give my children the things that they need, I have to be well mentally, spiritually, and emotionally so that I can pour into my children properly. And the same thing, like with anybody, with anything. In order to be a good sister, a good wife, you have to be straight yourself. You have to make sure, like they say, your cup is overflowing, because it's not going to work. So get used to, really, for a time being. Now, I'm not saying it's a lifetime forever, but for a time being, you're going to want to go into isolation and really work on yourself. Like, spend more time by yourself. Start meditating, you know what I mean? Like, start, journaling, taking out your notebook, because it is important for you to journal. Like, you want to start, because journaling helps you reflect to see what are the things that you're stuck at. What are the habits that you don't like? And I'm going to make more videos on journaling. But isolation is important so that you can really get to know yourself, right? The next thing is changing your environment. And that, to me, it goes with isolation. And depending on what your goal is, and I'm going to just use me as an example, because my goal was working out and creating a healthy lifestyle as far as like my eating regimen, sleeping. I had to create an environment that was conducive with that, right? That was congruent with the person that I wanted to be. I don't have snacks in my house. Like, I have fruit, keep a lot of fruits in my house. When I'm craving, some sweet thing, eat an apple and peanut butter, bomb. Like, tastes delicious. And, I got the weights in my house so that, if days when I don't feel like going to the gym, I got all the equipment in my house, like all the dumbbells, just setting up your environment. Because I wanted to get a better quality of sleep, I ended up putting, what is those blinds called? They're like the dark blinds that you put up to make your room dark. I ended up putting them up in my room because I wanted to make sure that I was getting good amount of sleep and it wasn't gonna, you know what I mean? Like, making sure it was dark, because they, studies show that when it's dark, and I'll get into that probably in another video, but when the room is dark, it helps your circadian rhythm and go into like the deep REM sleep and stuff like that. Just setting up your environment, not putting yourself in environments that is not congruent with your new lifestyle that you're developing. Like, I struggled with marijuana for years, right? For years, I struggled with marijuana, and I knew I wanted to quit. I knew it wasn't congruent with the person I wanted to be. And I have been sober since May. It is now October, the ending of October. And I didn't even realize that. Like, I always be like, every time somebody asks me or I talk about it, I was like, yeah, I've been sober for 90 days. It's definitely been more than 90 days. And I just realized that. So that's dope. But wow, that's really dope. But yeah, but I had to work with my subconscious mind to stop smoking marijuana. Every time I got the urge to smoke, let me see why. Like, why am I, you know what I mean? Like, why am I wanting to smoke? It was always because I got stressed out, and I was overly stressed. So I'm like, oh, I need to smoke. Or, things came up where I felt like, oh, marijuana make me happy. It helped with depression. And like, no, like, I can work on what I need to work on, get to the root problem instead of trying to put a Band-Aid on it. And that has helped me to stay sober. I'm not going to go around people who smoke. Like, a lot of people in my family and a lot of friends that I have, they smoke, and I'm sorry, I just don't go around them because no. I have to make sure that I set myself up to win. And if people respect you, they're gonna understand that. And if you want me to come around, because I'm not all about controlling people. So I'm not gonna tell you can't smoke. I'm not gonna tell you cannot drink. I'm not gonna tell you cannot do these things. I'd rather just stay in my own, stay back and, meet new friends. This is probably the time where you can start working on new friends and, new environments. But even before then, you still want to make sure you're ready for that. But definitely want to make sure you're not putting yourself in environments and, for you to lose. You want to put yourself in environments that gonna set you up to succeed. Another thing in regards to the subconscious, and this is the biggest one. I don't know if this is number 4, probably number 4, is action, right? We can read all of the books, we can watch all of the podcasts, we can take in all of the information that we want to take in, but if we're not applying that information, there is not going to be any change. The best way to combat your subconscious mind when your subconscious mind tries to throw stuff at you is to go into action, right? For me, I'm going to give an example. I used to, when I first started, okay, I need to get in the habit of working out, and I'll be doing it, and the next thing I know, probably the next week, I'm like, because your subconscious mind is it's so clever. It knows you. I'm 33 years old now, so that's 33 years of, your subconscious knowing how to talk to you, knowing the thoughts to put in your head, knowing how to whisper to you and be like, you don't gotta work out today, girl. You could just go ahead and lay down. You had a good week last week. Maybe go it tomorrow, right? And then you'll fall for it because in your mind, you're like, yeah, I did good. I don't need to go to the gym and work out. I don't need to do that. You're right. But it's not, no, you have to do it anyways, because by you going into action, it's you telling your subconscious, no, we're working out. Because your mind, I'm sure you guys heard the saying, your mind wants to be comfortable. Your mind wants to, it doesn't want to change, okay? Change is hard. It takes a lot of energy to create new habits. You're more comfortable when you're doing things subconsciously, unconsciously, and you're not aware. You're just on autopilot, right? Less work. So your brain, your mind will convince you, we don't need to work out today, or we don't have to get up early today. Let's do it again tomorrow. It's always, let's do it again tomorrow. Let's do it again next week. And we fall for it. But when we go and be no, we're doing it anyways, and we push ourselves to do it, that's how you reprogram the subconscious mind, by staying into action, staying consistent, creating those habits. And in order to create a habit, right, or in order to get rid of an old habit, you have to replace it with a new habit. So because I used to smoke when I would feel down, I used to always, be like, let me go smoke. I know it's gonna make me feel better. So my mind would tell me, even though it didn't, because it would just be temporarily and I'd be back at the same point. But now when I feel down or something like that, I'm like, let me go walk, let me go work out. Now I do a thing where I play my music real loud in my living room, and me and my kids, we get up in here and we be dancing and stuff to the music, and it instantly feels good. Oh my God, I love it. I really do love it. And it's not a temporary feeling. It's something that lasts, right? And if it is continuing to be temporary, this is when you need to do that deep diving into your subconscious and really figure out what is the root problem. What do you need? What do you need? What are you not doing? Are you not doing self-care? Are you not taking care of yourself? Have you stopped, doing the things that, will make you happy? What is going on? So that you can get to the root problem and that you can permanently fix it. So you don't keep having these temporary, these setbacks. So you want to make sure that you, stay in action. Definitely, that is probably between believing it can happen and staying in action, that is probably the most important things that you can do to reprogram your subconscious mind. definitely want to make sure you're doing that. But if you guys like videos like this, go ahead, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment, please, because I need to know, like, I want to hear, what are you guys struggling with? I want to hear, what are you guys' New Year's resolutions? Like, what do you feel like is holding you back, so that I can see how I can assist you guys with that. It's my passion to do. And I just feel like, for me, I understand that as long as you work on yourself, as long as you're pouring into yourself, as long as you're really, doing the work to heal, you cannot lose. Like, if one thing I know for sure, if you worrying about yourself, if you pouring into yourself, you cannot lose. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys start to apply those things to your life, so that you too can, see and become the best version of yourself, to help you start on your journey. If you already have started your journey, understand that the power of the subconscious mind is real. The subconscious mind is very, very powerful. And as long as you work with it, it will work with you. Thank you so much for coming on this channel. See you in the next video. Bye.